Hello, blessed tribe. This is Emily Potter. I am the director of the Lightworker Musicians Tribe. And today we had a couple people get really vulnerable with us already in our beautiful Imperfectly Perfect open mic day on Tuesday here. So I want to ask this particular question because someone actually mentioned this in one of the comments. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I want to call you to your greatness. So if this actually stirs you up a little bit because you just feel like you're okay with where you are in doubting the invaluable gift that you are, I want to stir that up again because I am calling you to your greatness. And so the question I have for you is, do you forget, do you doubt that your music offering is actually an immeasurable value? Do you allow yourself to doubt that? So my question for you actually goes into a follow-up question. But before I do that, I want you to know that I get this one. I get it. I downplayed my value for years. It served me. It served me in that journey. And the reason why I say that is because I want to now ask my follow-up question. Is it working for you to do that? Does it actually give you a payoff? Do you actually have a payoff from doubting? And I'm going to give you 3 ways that this pays off for you to just stay in your doubt. Okay, so let me see if any of these resonate with you. The first is if you continue to just doubt that you have immeasurable value as a musician, you're off the hook. You're completely without responsibility. That's the end of the conversation. You can just keep doubting it, and there's nothing required of you. There's no one asking anything of you because you don't have any value. You don't have any value to offer, and it's a payoff because you don't have to have the responsibility, and it is a lot of responsibility to have value, to have that gift being given to the world, to have to do the work to do that and to claim it. So maybe that's a payoff for you, is that you can just sit and stay small and be small and to think small about yourself because you don't have any value. So perhaps that's a payoff and no one's going to take that away from you. Is that working for you? So that's the first payoff. The second is that you can give all your power and all the responsibility to other musicians. And you do this in a way that you're saying things like, oh, well, look how good they are. They're the ones that have all of the musical ability. They're the ones that are brave enough to get up there. All right, I'll just let them have that. That's what true value is that over there, that person. Okay. And so then is that working for you? Because that's really easy to do. You just gave all your power away, so there's nothing for you to do. And you have no power now and you have no responsibility, so you're off the hook. And that's a payoff because our human nature is just to do the easiest route. So that's the second payoff. The third is a good one. I certainly did this, and this was not one that you're probably going to want to admit. If you do, you're very brave. This third one is that you are a musician and you play once in a while. I want you to imagine yourself, maybe around the campfire with some friends, and people know that you play a little bit, and yet you are still nervous and you downplay it. So then they say, no, 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 we really want you to. And no, I don't want to. And you really are legitimately like nervous about it. And what happens is that then you get that guitar or you start to sing and you wow everybody because you're amazing. And even if people aren't saying anything, you can keep downplaying it because then you are creating an atmosphere where they have to give you the praise. No, no, you're good. And you're worthwhile and you have value. However they're saying it, they're not saying those exact words, I'm sure, but something like that, so that you can continue to have external voices feed you because you're not feeding it yourself and you're not giving it to yourself within yourself. So that's a really good payoff. That gets you attention. That gets you that place where Now, you don't actually have to do the work of knowing your own value because other people are giving it to you. You just set yourself up to receive it that way. And that is a payoff. That feels really good in those moments. So those are the 3 payoffs of why you may not be ready to actually claim your value as a musician. I'm going to say them again. Is it working for you to keep doubting? The first is that you don't have any responsibilities. The second is that you give all your power to other musicians who are out there being vulnerable. You don't have to be vulnerable if you just keep doubting yourself. You don't have to be vulnerable. You don't have to make a mess, because getting vulnerable and getting out there is messy, and claiming your birthright as a valuable, immeasurable source of inspiration to the planet is messy. And it is not a safe, risk-free choice. You don't have to do any of that. You can just doubt. It's really, really sweet little deal you got going on there. So is it working for you? That's the second one. The third one is that you can continue to downplay yourself, and so that other people feed you for you. You don't have to do any of the work. Those are the 3 consequences. Oh my gosh, and I know them because I did them. Okay, so I get it. So before I continue on with a solution, which you already know what the solution is, you can even just stop the video now, but I'm going to say it anyway. Before we get to the solution, ask yourself, are these still giving me a payoff? Because if so, you will not care about the solution I'm about to tell you. You will not care. So ask yourself, am I still getting a payoff from doubting? Just take a moment. If you're watching this later, just pause it and come back. Because there's nothing I can say right now that will change that for you. You will just keep doubting because the payoff is still so sweet. You're just living great. And it's not painful enough for you to actually want to make a change. If you're ready to continue because this isn't working for you, not working anymore, because you have to make that decision that it's too painful to not actually claim your birthright, here's what we're going to do. This is the solution, at least the beginning of the solution. First of all, you get to claim yourself as a spiritual leader. Are you ready to claim that? You are a spiritual leader. You are not in this group on accident. I called in spiritual leaders. You are someone who possibly doesn't know that you are yet, or perhaps you're on that journey of knowing, but you are a spiritual leader and you're utilizing music as your tool to serve the planet. So number one is that you get to know that spiritual leaders don't need anyone else to tell them that they are a spiritual leader. And spiritual leaders don't need anyone else to validate them and give them their worth. That's something that you have harnessed and cultivated within yourself. It is very nice and affirming to receive those praises along the way, but they're not actually the core of what you need. It's very nice because that's what our whole group is here to do, is to support each other and cheer each other on as we get brave and make those decisions to claim our birthright. But it's not something that you actually need as your core. It's nice to be encouraged and supported along the way. It's totally different. So that's the first thing, is that you get to claim yourself today, right now. It's Tuesday. It's a great day to claim your birthright. Great. Why not today? Why not right now? You're listening to this video, so you might have someone within you that wants that. Your inner self, your highest self wants you to claim that. Claiming that you are a spiritual leader. You don't need anyone else outside of yourself. And number two is that you, as a spiritual leader, welcome the responsibility to serve. You don't try to run away from your responsibility as a spiritual leader, as a music medicine holder. You actually claim it and you say, I'm doing whatever it takes to get my music medicine out there. It's going to get messy. It's going to get vulnerable. It's going to make all sorts of nonsense, but it doesn't matter because I'm completely connected with my heart, and knowing as a spiritual leader, I'm here to take the responsibility to be of service to the world. That's who you really are. That's why I'm calling you out for your greatness, to your greatness. So then I have a little exercise for you to do if it resonates with you. And what I'm going to do is ask you to write this down, which means that after it's the recording, you might have to go back and actually get pen and paper and write it down and make it your own. These words are mine, and you can utilize these words if they resonate. If they do not, then I want you to make this your own. This is your declaration. This is your first step in claiming yourself and your immeasurable value today on a Tuesday. It's a perfect day to do it. Repeat after me, and then later write this down and put it on your mirror and read it every single day for the next 10 days at least. You might begin to start a new whole journey at that point because of the things that you do in the next 10 days. Here you go. Repeat after me. Take a deep breath. Smile. My music chose me as its divine partner. Together, we hold immeasurable value for the planet. You're repeating this after me. We are anchoring light for the earth. We are music medicine for the people. I am a leader and a world changer. I choose to do whatever it takes to live in oneness with the music living inside of me. I'll say that one again. I choose to do whatever it takes to live in oneness with the music living inside me. Take a deep breath, receive that. And if you are ready to completely commit to that today, then let yourself know that. Feel that truth that you are today complete with the payoffs of what doubting your immeasurable value has given you thus far. Today is an exciting day. We just did a ceremony of you stepping into your knowingness of who you really are. Thank you so much for taking that step. You serve us all by doing that. You serve our whole tribe and way beyond by stepping into who you really are. When you're ready to have that be your only reality, reach out to me. I'll get you to the other side of all of those doubts, and I will be on the steps with you along the way so that you actually have that support, that accountability to have this be your only reality. Reach out to me. I'll put my link there so you can get on my calendar, and I'll talk to you next time. Lots of love to everyone.